everyone, Bailey again. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I kind of took a little break. I usually like to spend family time around Thanksgiving, and I had a lot of fun doing some unboxing videos, and I have a lot more planned. But I kind of want to upgrade my editing game, and I have an iPhone. I've always been an iPhone user, but transferring 4K information to my gaming PC where I was learning video editing is just a very hard task. Transferring it, uploading to Google Drive, downloading it, then sometimes not being able to like scrub the videos. So I was actually editing all the footage while I was doing cardio at the gym, sitting on the bike. So I'd, kill like 45 minutes, edit a video, and upload it to YouTube when I got home. But I was very interested. I haven't had a Mac since 4 or 5 years ago. I was kind of using for events. It was just lighter and quicker to handle registrations and emails and stuff. Apple just reintroduced brand new M1 chips, which is basically, in layman's terms, Apple's way at, of course, creating their own market where everything goes through them, which has been financially successful for them over the last 10 years. But very exciting stuff. So I always wanted to get a Mac to kind of edit videos. I know a lot of artists have been switching over to PCs now Windows PCs like the Dell XPS and all those have become so much better. But this M1 chip really intrigued me, and I was thinking about the Mac Mini, but then I'd have to get a keyboard, a 4K monitor, all kinds of extra stuff, which added up to what I got is the most basic, after watching a lot of YouTube reviews saying that the M1 chip being in the MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro is not much of a difference. You lose the touch bar that I don't see a lot of people rave about. So I was interested in getting the MacBook Air. I used to have one a long time ago. It's like the 11-inch screen, and I dual booted it with Windows so I could try to do some Windows programs and stuff, and then I sold it off to a friend. But this is the $999 version, 8 gigs of RAM. With the M1 chip, and basically that's all you need to know. Now, I did not get this for gaming. I specifically got this to edit directly from my iPhone and AirPlay it over, which is a much easier transfer system. So kind of wanted to dive into it, get into the basics before, if this kind of takes off, to really dive into real editing and all that stuff. So I'm probably going to mess around with like Final Cut, which is the recommended program for Macs, until, the M1 chip, it's a new infrastructure, meaning that a lot of the stuff that you're used to using on like an Intel chipped computer isn't going to work out of the gate with this. So Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, all that stuff, they're basically reconfiguring how a computer system reads it and puts it all together on what you see as the user interface. So I was excited about it. It was hard to order. I was going to get a 16 gig of RAM one, but seeing the reviews on the 8 gigs said it'd be more than enough than what I basically need editing footage and stuff. So, but Best Buy was the only one that had an overnight delivery service or the next day service. If I want anything else from the basic version, it would have taken like a month from Apple Direct to build it and send it out. So I'm an impatient guy. When I want to get something, I want to dive in before I kind of move on, forget about it. So I'm going to do an unboxing video and then kind of talk about what I think. And then hopefully this video you're watching is edited fully on the Mac, transferred over from my iPhone. So, all right. So I usually speed through the unboxings, but I figured little story time, I guess. I don't know. So I've always been a PC guy through and through, although I've always been an iPhone guy, which, definitely syncs up better with iTunes, MacBooks, all that stuff. But times have changed. Windows have really stepped up their game, like the Microsoft Surface and everything. But, to me, it's never been about the specs. It's always been about the software, which Apple kind of ingrained in all our minds, whether it's brainwashing or true. But for the most part, yeah, I've always agreed with that. And obviously, from a gaming perspective, Steam on Mac sucks. All that sucks. But in terms of just basic everyday functions, I think this is going to be a lot better for me, especially running events with iMessage, being able to just type out text on my laptop while I'm working rather than just through my phone and staring at my phone all day. But I'm kind of excited for this one because, again, Apple is trying to change the game in terms of making their own chip, not relying on Intel or AMD and other companies, and then making all their stuff just work ridiculously fast. Biggest complaint about this is the exact same design as the old MacBooks, and so anyone who's like an early adopter, buying this one knows that if you're smart, next year they're going to have a totally different redo and model, and it's going to look so much better. So when that time comes, and if I do well for a year with this one, I will probably upgrade to a bigger and better system and stuff. But for now, kind of excited for this one to see its capabilities, and if it does the basic things I need, then I am more than satisfied. That's why I've always been an iPhone guy. But general unboxing, I got the gold. As you know, CEO's colors are black and gold. Obviously looks more feminine with like a rose gold type tint, but still love it. It stands out. And again, MacBooks are always light. You know what you're getting. Now I have a 17-inch MSI laptop I use for my gaming when I travel and such, but lately I've been needing something like this. Now, if I were to buy a Windows PC and I had a proper camera to do video footage and stuff, I would get the HP Spectre, which looks incredible. I actually had the 13-inch, which I bought because it had a black and gold theme. But what happened was COVID started, and I go, you know what? Let me return this. I'm not traveling anywhere. And it was actually the first big ticket item I actually ever returned. So, you know, that was hard to do. But, of course, there's the MacBook. We'll get to that in a second. I always said I wouldn't do unboxing videos like most, but this is still kind of enjoyable. USB-C, another beauty. They're saying the same thing has like an 18-hour battery limit or battery time. So USB-C to USB-C. Obviously, the laptops for the price you're paying better. You know, it's funny. You buy the more expensive phone, it doesn't come with a power brick, but it's a 30-watt charger, as all the tech nerds would say. Who cares about wattage and stuff? But this will work. USB-C here, and then boom, take this anywhere. But cool that with the Macs, you can actually charge them with a power brick if it has USB-C or USB-A to C and stuff, the older USB versus what everyone's using now. But all the reviews is when you first turn this on. Now Apple basically brought back the old Apple chime. Oh, there it is. Apple chime. Oh, there it is. Apple chime. Oh, there it is. It turns on its own, which is pretty cool. And then little cover as it boots up. So there we go. Obviously in English. Best trackpad in the business. We've always known that with Apple products.
To use English as the main language, press the return key.
Yes, of course. The thing is, obviously, I use a mouse. I don't like using trackpads, but for some reason, when you use a MacBook, the trackpad is actually usable. So, but super awesome, super small. Now, I prefer like a 15 or 17-inch screen and such, but this will do. I'm going to see how it is. I'm probably going to use my USB-C hub and plug it in with a HDMI to a bigger monitor at some point. But, you know, I've been editing videos off my iPhone, so how much worse could this be? Accessibility, a lot of cool options that Apple does a great job of making everything accessible. We will go to, yep, you're not going to see that. Let's just type that in. Jabali is the greatest. And looks like I'm all set. Here's Apple. First thing everyone's been doing with these M1 chips is just literally like opening every freaking app at once just to see how fast it goes. And my God, this is a MacBook Air. When the first MacBook Airs came out, it was super duper slow. So to see all this just running so flawlessly, I'm going to have to, learn all the buttons again, is right out of the gate. And obviously the first thing I'm going to do is go to a website of mine. Let's expand that. So, but yeah, check out the CEO merch. This actually looks really cool. Let's exit out here. So it looks like it's going to do everything I need. And then Apple TV on here, new message. I'll connect to my messages later. Finder, Launchpad, obviously all your apps and stuff. Again, I can't wait for the day where there's like, okay, Touch Mac, or it's going to be like called the Mac Touch. It can't be too far behind. I'm really surprised they haven't dived into that yet. But again, they want to keep you separated with your iPads and stuff like that. So, but this will be perfect for me because I'll be able to, you know, sync across my videos and stuff, do things a lot faster, especially texting friends back. But iMovie, I think I'll have to go to the App Store. But yeah, so I'm going to mess around with this. And then when I have the final editing put together, I will give you my thoughts on how much easier it was to do it. So my final thoughts on that MacBook Air M1 chip, the brand new one from Apple. Super impressed with this thing. I basically got it to do extra video editing, do it much faster. I've been spending the last couple days learning Final Cut Pro X, which is the recommended video editing program for Apple. That is free for 90 days, thank God, because it's a $300 purchase. But everything I've thrown at this thing, scrubbing 4K, using iMessage, just so lightning fast. You can see that I'm browsing web pages at lightning speed. I even went to a couple that weren't cached in the system, but it's actually hooked up just to my Wi-Fi. It's not even hooked up to Ethernet. So just the fact that I can do everything for work, do basic video editing, it's a no-brainer. At $999, the most basic version, I think, is a game changer for students, for casual users that are iPhone users as well. That way you can switch between your laptop and your phone to pretty much text, listen to music. Even the speakers, bare bones speakers, are incredible on this thing. Super loud. My favorite thing about this laptop is there's no sound that comes out of it. There's no fans. The moment I turn on a Windows laptop, a gaming laptop, the fan just go on instantly. I do have a liquid cooling home tower PC that I don't hear the fans much. I can hear them, but you never hear them kicking on. But with this thing, there's no fans in it. It's just a basic M1 chip. It's basically like having a cell phone chip made specifically for their Mac OS. And I am just blown away by this. So I would definitely recommend this to anybody that is traveling a lot. Obviously not right now, but when things come back, I really look forward to seeing what they do with the next versions of the MacBook. Because it's using an older design of the MacBook Air, but I think next year, the next couple years, Apple is just going to keep changing the game. This thing, perfect for video editing. The only thing I regret is I'd probably buy more internal memory with it, which unfortunately you can't upgrade, so that's probably the biggest flaw with buying an Apple product, but just the amount of smoothness this thing has. I was running through Activity Monitor and having, Final Cut Pro on for 10 hours, it only took up 2% of the CPU. So it's just mind-boggling how fast, and they're using Rosetta to emulate other programs like Photoshop and stuff until Adobe optimizes them for the M1 chip. And I'm just going to be honest, this is probably my new favorite laptop I've bought in like the last decade. So kudos to Apple. I really recommend this thing. Now, if you're a gamer or a streamer, stay away from this. This is not meant for you. This is meant for the video editing, easy, connectivity, reliability, and just super lightweight. I can carry this thing anywhere, freaking just the palm of my hand. So definitely happy with my purchase. Going to be going to town, video editing, learning some more, having fun with it. And then the fact that, again, I'm hooked up to my 5K monitor with a USB-C cable, and it's still, basically running everything super smooth without any hiccups at all. So Apple, you did good on this laptop. Super awesome. If you like this review video, I'd like to do more of these on future gaming products, laptops, stuff like that, if I can get those connections. But please comment, like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's CEO Gaming. Please comment. I would love your feedback. I'm new to video editing and really sitting down to focus on it. So please let me know what more you'd like to see. If I talk too much, I actually cut out a lot of footage out of this video for the review and spent about a good week preparing to post this final edit of it. So please, as always, thank you. And if I don't hear from you, happy holidays.